Hello and welcome back to Zekism Gaming. In this video we're going to be talking about Marvel Rivals Season 3. They have announced Season 3 called The Abyss Awakens, I think I'm right in saying. Or Fire and Shadow Collide, one or the other. Anyway, Season 3 has been announced. They have announced that the semi-villain is Null, combined with Hela, being possessed to be Queen of the Damned or Queen of Klyntar or something or other. I've actually looked for comic reference. There is no reference to it that I could find. So let me know in the chat if, or the comment section if you've been able to prove or disprove that. But the trailer got released and won't necessarily play it. But here we are. Here's Hela talking to Null, the King of the Symbiotes, I think is his title as well. That's embarrassing that I don't know that. And basically, Null possesses or infects Hela to be the queen of the symbiotes as well, or the sort of hellfire. Anyway, here we are. So we're going back to Klyntar for season 3. Interesting choice to go back rather than introduce a new world, but you know what? If they've got a decent story to tell, and then fair enough. But we are seeing the debut of Jean Grey, the Phoenix. Well, she's not even called Jean Grey in the game. She's called Phoenix, which is an interesting choice. Jean Grey unleashes the Phoenix Force. We believe she's going to be a duelist. In fact, I think I've had that confirmed in the subsequent trailer. I'll play you in a bit. Not play you, but show you. Yeah, the Phoenix Force coming. Interesting that she's going to be a duelist. And here you can see Jean. I'm going to call her Jean because I don't like the name Phoenix. Fighting a badass looking Hela. I must admit, that is a badass costume. We know that NetEase are not shy at coming forward in terms of costuming their female characters. And here we are, the long awaited, finally. We've had him in the game since January, not been able to play him. Blade in the game 6 months later. He's been imprisoned. He's been imprisoned during season 1. Season 2 he was... What was he doing in season 2? He was there as well, wasn't he? I'm sure he was. Or references to. But Blade is finally entering. He's going to enter, we think, during half of season 3. So 3.5. So that's cool. Blade, finally. Blade's coming into the game. We don't know his role yet. I'd imagine... Well, he's one of two things, isn't he? He's either a Vanguard, which would make sense. Yeah, I really can't think what else he would be. I don't think he's going to be a DPS. Anyway. Wow. I told you they like dressing their female characters. There's Hela in a very sort of, bondage type attire. But it fits. I love these anime trailers they do. I am a big fan. Season 3 looks like it could be a lot of fun. Jean Grey, a character that many people have been asking for, and I think is going to be quite a good addition, actually, considering how she's going to be. Now, for my money, she sort of looks like she plays a bit like the Scarlet Witch from the trailer. I find there's Blade looking badass. Finally, he's in the game. Not sure about that outfit, but yes. That's a good couple of heroes to add to the roster. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this season's lineup. there's interesting dressed Hela again. We're not going to get Null as a character, clearly. I mean, for one thing, he's bigger. He's giant. But that shouldn't hold them back, because Ultron can get big as well. I don't know why that should hold them back from making him. So look at him, they're god of symbiotes. Yeah, it's interesting that they're not going to put him... Anyway, whatever. We got Ultron as a playable character. Now, interestingly, we'll go on to... Let me just switch my views. Doing it on the fly. To the Phoenix Force. Jean Grey. She's called Phoenix. She's not called Jean. She's called Phoenix. It's not incorrect, I guess, but it's it's not right either. So Phoenix, we have Phoenix in the game, not Jean Grey. interesting. Yeah, I think it's a character who could add something. I think she plays... I'll play a little bit. She seems to play like Scarlet Witch in terms of having that ranged sort of power melee. I mean, it's interesting they've gone down the Phoenix route rather than being the psychic route. You know, you'd think she'd play, not like Invisible Woman as such, but similar sort of looking power set with a psychic flavour to her. But I would have, maybe they're saving that for Professor X and they don't want to blur the two. I don't know. I think it's an interesting choice because she seems to play quite a bit like Scarlet Witch, and I'm a big fan of playing as Scarlet Witch, as many of my playthroughs have demonstrated. Yeah, I think she plays a lot like Scarlet Witch, interestingly, for rightly or wrongly. And her sort of semi-float ability when she unlocks the Phoenix Force. An interesting thing for her, her ultimate seems to be her just melting people via the Phoenix Force, which looks cool as hell. I'll try and skip to the place now. There we go. So that she comes down, melt. Awesome. awesome. So yeah, well they dub her as Jean Grey there, but they call her Phoenix on the video. So yeah, she's a duelist. I'm fine with another duelist. I think she's gonna play, you know, with the fire sort of abilities, a bit like Johnny Storm and a bit like Scarlet Witch. That seems to be the two. If you were to pinpoint similar looking power sets, then there you are. Now we'll get to the other map they've released as well, which is we're going back to Klyntar. This one's called Celestial Husk. Where is it? There we go. Forgive me. There we go. Celestial Husk. And we are going back to the world of the symbiotes. And yeah, no complaints here. I like the Klyntar maps, to be fair. I think they're very detailed, very sort of cool looking world. I wasn't a big fan when they announced it, but the more I see of it, I think actually that could be a fun map. It's very sort of, you know, symbiote mixed with sort of sci-fi decor. I mean, this just looks like akin to the other Klyntar maps. There's the Celestial Codex. And yeah, there's a few more details, but yeah, I mean, it works for me. It's you know, Klyntar's a good map, and so yeah, any addition to that is cool. I wish they'd release more maps though, more often. But this looks like a Sentinel or a Big Hand. That's curious. Maybe that's where the X-Men link comes from. Maybe that's going to be part of the storytelling. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, very Klyntar looking map. Yeah, looks to be cool to explore. Hopefully they release 2 this season for Klyntar. I think they seem to be doing that. So every half a season you get the map per the story. So we got 2 for Krakoa in the last one. And we also got 2 for, what was Ultron's map called? That escapes me. But yeah, so I think, yeah, I'm excited for this season. And I think now they've changed their policy, which is another announcement they made. We're now getting 2-month seasons rather than the 3 and a bit that we've been getting. And we're getting now that ties in with them announcing that we get a new character every month. So there we go, 2-month seasons. Every month we get a new character. So next week, this month, we'll get Jean Grey, Phoenix, and the month after that we'll get Blade, and then the month after that we'll be in season 4. So that sort of works. I think that's a much better release schedule. I think I've heard or seen their player count is started to go down since the turn of the year, sort of February, March time. Sort of ties in with the Krakoa season, which I didn't think was the strongest, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section. Please leave me a like or subscribe on the channel. Feel free to contact me on Twitter as well. I'm always happy to talk games I like, games I don't like, have a discussion. But yeah, thank you very much, and we'll speak to you next time. Thank you, bye bye.